Just like when you rap, you want to project. You want people to hear what you're saying. What you're saying is important, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good.
My name is Kendra Brown.
They still say stuff like that. Project, I want to hear you. I'm right in front of you. Say it so the person down the hall can hear you.
My name is Kendrick Brown, and I'm a Betty M.
All right, come on.
My name is Joshua Alexis, and I'm athletic and incredibly safe.
Athletic and incredibly safe. All right. Funny and smart.
My name is Charles Bull. I love to teach and I love to play basketball.
So you love to preach, you love to play basketball. Okay. Athletic and smart. Is that everyone? That's everyone. All right. My name is Minister Server Tavares, and I would say that I am creative and creative and curious. I like to learn different things. I'm very interested in how things go. Just to give you a little background about who I am. Okay, now this is the first thing I want to say. All you guys are in the 6th grade?
5th and 6th.
5th and 6th grade? Okay. We don't have any kindergarten there, do we? Okay, now what's the biggest difference between 5th graders, 6th graders, and kindergarten? You tell me, what's the difference?
Between 6th grade, 6th is high.
Okay, 6th is high. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. What else? 6th grade and 5th grade is more responsible? More mature? Okay, exactly. Meaning that there's not anything that I can tell you guys as far as learning how to act that you don't already know. But the difference is, those that are mature, I'm not going to have to say, stop trying to test somebody's head. Put your arms down. Matter of fact, spread out a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of room, so there's space in between each person. Slide on your horse. Slide on a little bit. Okay. Slide a little bit. Slide a little bit. Stay right there, right there. Slide over. Calm down, stay down. Okay, good. Right. Now, because this is a leadership program, it's important for you to look at yourself as a leader. If you don't see yourself as a leader, then guess what? You can't lead. Okay? So, now, let me give you a little background about me and who I am. I'm originally from a little town called Atlantic City, New Jersey. Has anyone ever heard of Atlantic City, New Jersey? They have casinos and things in Atlantic City. So, sometimes people see they have like big boxing matches and things like that. And people see Atlantic City as a big city. But it's a really small town that projects itself as a big city. So, I grew up there. I'm the 4th of 6 children. I have 4 sisters and 1 brother. I grew up in the so-called projects of Atlantic City, New Jersey. How many of you know housing projects are? Raise your hand if you've ever heard of projects. Somebody tell me, what are the projects? What's that even mean, the projects? What is that? What is a project?
Well, apartments are in...
Huh?
I think
Come on.
bad
Wait,
people.
say it again. I can hear you.
With bad people be.
Where bad people be. Interesting. Okay.
Like, it's like different from like any other things. Like,
What makes it different?
They like to the I just like different from
Different in what ways?
yeah.
Got what?
Like
messy
people
people?
get killed and stuff like.
People get killed and
Like
stuff?
in projects, they have like a code like over there.
They have a what?
Like in a project, like really can't like see stuff.
Can't see stuff.
Sometimes
Okay.
like some.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Well, the projects are typically government housing, and the people that live in those houses are going through economic challenges. So anytime, what does that mean? Economic challenges.
Hard.
Hard? Hard what? Why are they going through economic challenge? Because they don't have what? They don't have a lot of money, number of times. But because they don't have a lot of money, sometimes people outside of those areas begin to think of them in a lower mindset. And sometimes, even more important, they begin to think of themselves in a lower mindset. So I love to tell people that I grew up in the project, but the project didn't grow up in me. I never thought that because of the circumstances that I lived in, that my life had to be a certain way. In fact, I thought the exact opposite. I thought that even though I loved the people around me and I grew up in a project that there was a lot of crime and violence, that my mother was like a lot of these young ladies that you see in the project, looking for love in all the wrong places. So she had 6 children by 5 different men. 5 baby daddies, 1 husband. So those are the type of things that typically when those situations go up, people say, oh, he's not going to be anything. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to end up going to jail or being dead or getting involved in negative stuff. But you know what? I never, ever thought that was going to be my life. You know why? Because inside of all of us, there's something inside of you that decides, no matter what circumstances you grow up in, you decide to be a certain type of person or not. So when we talk about victory over the street, that's one of the main things I want to talk about. Now, I grew up in a situation where, how many of you guys live with your father? Raise your hand. Okay. You are really blessed to grow up. I'm like the rest of you. I didn't grow up living with my father. And so there were a number of things that as a young man that I didn't learn because my father wasn't there to teach me. So I learned it on my own, and so I made a lot of mistakes. Because I didn't learn those types of things. I was telling somebody 6th grade was a pivotal point in my life. You know why? That was the first time I had a man teach me. So from kindergarten, from Head Start all the way to 5th grade, I had all women teachers. And because I didn't have a father in my home, when I had a man teach, he had a real influence on me. In fact, he's one of the reasons why I became an Omega. He's still Omega man. You know, so he had a real effect on my life. And what I learned in 6th grade is the same thing that I'm telling you now, is that you will decide the kind of life you want to have, regardless of where you're from, regardless of where your parents are from, your brothers and sisters, your friends. You are going to make some choices. But for you to make those choices, what are some of the things that you have to do first? What are some of the things that you have to do if you want to have a, well, let me ask this question